In India, a vast majority of disabled persons, specifically among the underprivileged sections of the society, are doomed to a life of hopelessness, deprived of living a normal life and pursuing livelihood options. Not because of a dearth of remedies, but because of policy deficiency and lack of access to appropriate and affordable health care. The sheer numbers comprising millions of physically disabled calls for dire necessity to focus on effective and efficacious solutions. In a first-of-its-kind endeavor, Hyderabad-based Aakar Asha, a charitable institution, has for more than a decade been instrumental in rejuvenating lives of persons with deformities and disabilities. Aakar Asha, launched by Dr. Bhartendu Swain, a leading plastic surgeon, had its genesis from a vision to embark on a mission to provide access to the disabled who could not afford the high costs involved in reconstructive surgery.
Financially, we must realize that none of us are godmen. We do not have access to unlimited funds. So what we try to do is to help out those people who are unable to access this kind of a care because of financial limitation. So we go right down to the villages, we go down and identify them, and if they have a financial incapability, we bring them here, treat them all the way end to end and send them back. Some of the funds are picked up by philanthropists, donors. They come in and help us out.
It was a small but significant initiative to enable the disabled to lead normal lives. Aakar Outreach Program was launched in 2004 for identification of physically disabled persons who could benefit from corrective surgery. This initiative was funded by the N. Swain Memorial Trust. Energized by the tremendous success, a state-of-the-art specialty hospital was established. So, how did this journey begin?
I was in a corporate hospital from 97 onwards till we started this hospital, and I was faced with the prospect of people coming and unable to avail of our services. Well, that was a kind of a pain point, and we wanted to do something about it. Then we started looking at how many institutions could provide this at a cost which any Indian could afford. And that's where we ran into rough weather again, because there were very few public institutions dedicated to looking after physical disability. There are 3 national institutes which look after locomotor disability. However, there is not a single one which looks after the entire spectrum of physical disability. So sometime in 2009, we decided that we should go ahead and build such an institution.
Roja, a staff nurse at Aakar Asha Hospital, is a shining example of successful rehabilitation of a young girl who met with a fire accident when she was 3 years old.
నాకు 3 years ఉన్నప్పుడు కట్టెలపోయి దగ్గర కాలింది. ఆ తర్వాత ఉస్మానియాకి తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇంకా చాలా హాస్పిటల్స్లో చూయించారు, కానీ అక్కడ ఎక్కడ క్యూర్ అవ్వలేదు. ఇంకా నేను 6th class అప్పుడు చదువుతున్నప్పుడు వికారాబాద్లో క్యాంప్ పెట్టారు. అక్కడ డాక్టర్ స్వైన్ సార్ అక్కడికి వచ్చి ఆ క్యాంప్లో నన్ను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని అపోలో హాస్పిటల్లో ట్రీట్ చేశారు. 5-6 సర్జరీస్ అలా చేశారు అపోలో హాస్పిటల్లో. సార్ వచ్చేసి బోత్ హ్యాండ్స్కి చేశారు.
Radial club hand is a condition in which the radius bone is underdeveloped or missing, resulting in the hand being bent at a right angle at the wrist. A surgical operation changes the alignment of the wrist bones with the ulnar bone, straightening the hand.
ముందు హ్యాండ్ మూమెంట్ అది ఏం ఉండేది కాదు, ఇప్పుడు బాగుంది. హ్యాండ్ మూమెంట్ అది బాగుంది, అన్నీ కూడా బాగా పట్టుకుంటున్నాడు.
This baby with a cleft lip and palate was unable to swallow or speak properly and would suffer from recurrent ear infections. At the age of 3 months and 10 months, she underwent cleft lip and palate repair, restoring form and function.
आकार आशा हॉस्पिटल में हम आए, हमारे बाद सर्जरी एक दिन के बाद हो गई. तहे दिल से डॉक्टर साहब का शुक्रिया अदा कर रहा हूँ. बगैर जो मेरा सोच है उससे भी कुछ अच्छी मेरी बच्ची का इलाज हो गया है.
19-year-old Tribal from Adilabad suffered from severe burn injuries, restricting his neck and hand movements. This condition compelled him to be dependent on his mother. He underwent 2 major surgeries at Aakar Asha Hospital, which transformed his life. Dr. Swain has applied innovative techniques in microsurgery and endoscopy that helps patients to lead a normal life.
Microsurgery has given us a huge amount of freedom. For example, a person with a throat cancer, which is so widespread that it has involved the food pipe, the whole thing is removed en bloc. Therefore, person can't speak, can't eat, can't swallow. So what we do in such a case is to take a piece of intestine called the jejunum, about 10, 11, 12 centimeters, whatever is required, along with its blood vessels. We take it out in one piece and transport it to the neck, where we join up with the throat up and the esophagus below, and join the blood vessels to the neck blood vessels, the artery to artery, vein to vein, so that this piece of intestine comes back to life. And with this, a person is able to eat, drink, and enabling him to speak.
The right thumb of this girl was almost torn off in an accident in 2008. The thumb was restored with the bone, tendons, nerves and blood vessels through microsurgery. 8 years later, another surgery was conducted for improving the range of motion and contours.
After the surgery and the physiotherapy, I have noticed the hypersensitivity over the scar and around the scar has come down, and the scar has become much softer.
Santosh stopped working as the swelling on top of his head would itch and bleed heavily on scratching. He went from hospital to hospital. Few were willing to take up his case as the risks were high and he couldn't afford the astronomical prices quoted. He underwent 2 surgeries of 6 and 5 hours durations respectively at Aakar Asha, and today he is a man transformed and wants to pursue education.
A young man who walked into one of our camps with a huge, massive, pulsating lump on his head, which had thinned out the skin so much that it would burst any moment. And he had lost a patch of hair on his scalp. He was concerned about that, not about the imminent threat to life that he faced. He was concerned about the baldness for which he came to us. The moment I saw him, I knew this is a ticking time bomb. Tomorrow he won't go into heart failure. Forget tomorrow, today. If he bleeds, he will bleed to death. So now we have got it under control.
After reconstructive surgery, post-operative regimen requires physically disabled patients to undergo exercises to enable them regain muscular functions. For this purpose, Aakar Asha Hospital is equipped with latest physiotherapy facilities to restore functional abilities of those affected with accidents, burns and various other dysfunctional problems.
When the patient is made to do walking training, usually they go into the forward propulsion postures. They go in like that. So because of that, their balance really gets disturbed and their confidence level also. So herein, the forward propulsion is completely taken care by the chest harness. So the patient is at ease to walk.
Aakar Asha was recommended to me by a friend of mine who had already also been here, and from the moment I entered the doors, I felt so comfortable out here that I didn't even think about going to any other hospitals or meeting another doctor.
Beautiful faces gives us more confidence. That confidence only we get from some beautiful hands, and only some deserve that. And this deserving hand was only by Dr. Bharatendu Swain sir.
From disability to ability and capability, Aakar Asha has translated its passion to ensure a new lease of life to the physically disabled by successfully rectifying functional abnormalities, which were otherwise considered impossible or beyond medical solutions.